Bonjour, Cathy Chavers here, Tribal Chair for Bois Forte. I'm here to give you an update this week on what's been happening. Our COVID cases, we have no active cases, and we also have no one in quarantine or isolation, which means our community and staff and everybody's doing a great job. We do have vaccines available, and they are going out to descendants now, so we want to make sure that everybody that can and will be willing to will get their vaccines. I did receive my second shot, and the vaccines do affect people differently, so basically what happened with my shot is I had some few body aches and a little bit of nausea and whatever, but Tylenol took it away and I was fine. So like I said, the shots will affect everybody differently, but I think it's a really good idea for people to get their shots. I know most of the council members have received theirs, and so please call our clinics at 218-757-3650 or 218-753-2182 for Vermilion to schedule an appointment to get your shots. We are also looking at a mobile unit that should be here shortly, but we're working on getting shots out to our urban areas with regards to this pandemic. It's very important that we try to reach everybody, so Jackie Wilson is coordinating our Minneapolis area, and Wendy Drift is coordinating our Duluth area, and we hope to get over to the Bemidji area with our mobile unit. We don't have the unit yet, but we're getting ready to get the P's and Q's and pre-registration, everything in order. It's a very, it's not a complicated process, but it's a tedious process to make sure that, because we want to make sure that we don't waste any shots. So if you do sign up for a shot, please be sure to go for the shot. We can't waste any shots, and they are very temperature specific, some of them. So please make sure that you get your shots, and we'll give you more updates once we are more finalized with regards to our mobile unit. We did have a discussion this morning, the Tribal Council and Governor Walz and his staff and Lieutenant Governor Flanagan, and they're very excited about our mobile unit to see, because we do believe that tribes are doing a lot better as far as vaccinations. So please reach out to our clinics, and if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. So they're very pleased with our mobile unit, and because they know we'll be reaching some of our band members down in the metro area to help them with this. So. The other thing I want to mention is we do have mailings out this week for the COVID Relief Fund. It's a $300 relief fund check. It's not a stimulus, it's not a per capita, and there is an application process for it. A lot of people wonder why there's an application process for it. We do have to be in compliance with the guidelines and authorizations as set by the U.S. Treasury. If we're ever audited and we don't comply with those, we do have to pay the money back. So we will be getting those out, and they will be processed in the order they're received. Checks will not be starting to be distributed till probably late next week, because we do know that you'll be either faxing or mailing or emailing those applications in, and we expect a large amount right away at first. So we'll process those in the order they're received as fast as we can. So please be patient, and we'll get those out as soon as possible. We also want to make sure that you're aware that we still have our emergency relief fund, which helps with utility costs, and that is through Travis Vake, 218-757-3261. For those individuals who have not accessed this program before, you're eligible. There is no income guidelines, and as long as you aren't eligible for the state energy assistance program, then you're also eligible for this program. So please apply if you haven't. These funds are there to help you, especially during this really cold spell we've been having during this winter event that's going on, this frigid cold. So the other thing I want to mention is there is the emergency, it's called rental assistance program. We're in the process of trying to get this in order. It is for renters only. It's way different than the chat program and way different than other programs. It's very meticulous. You do have to provide a lot of documentation, and there's certain guidelines. This is not our regulations, but it's the federal government's regulations, and there's still some questions with regards to some of the eligibility, but we'll be getting that information out as soon as possible. We know that we may have to hire additional staff to do this program, and also follow up with a lot of individuals with regards to getting that documentation. If we don't have the documentation, we won't be able to assist you. So this program is going to be a little more difficult, I guess I could say, with regards to access to it, but we want to make it as easy as we can with you and put some advocates or people in there to help you with this process. The other thing is that we are also have a virtual notary program here at Bois Forte. The contact for that is Nikki Irving. Frances Irving is her real name, and her number is 218-757-3261. We have, and I want to commend Nikki and their accounting staff for getting this virtual notary, because when the shutdown happened, you really couldn't get anything notarized with regards to going to a bank or wherever. So we do have virtual notaries, so if you have anything that needs to be notarized or whatever, contact Nikki and she can assist you with that. We are also in the process of preparing for the next stimulus funding package, which we hope will be in March sometime, once the federal government decides what they're going to do with regards to what that package may look like. So our programs and people are putting in project proposals for what we feel might be some eligible projects under this new stimulus package. We're hoping also for more flexibility from the federal government. We've been talking with our legislators out at Capitol Hill and within the state that the tribes need flexibility for funding. Our needs are different than the outside world at times, and so we're hoping for that flexibility, and that's why we're coming up with various projects. We also would like to encourage everybody to contact your local senators with regards to the appointment of Deb Haaland as Secretary of the Interior. That hopes to happen within the next couple weeks or so. There is some opposition to Ms. Haaland with regards to her stance with regards to environmental issues, and however we found that a lot of tribes do have energy and oil products that they're using, so Deb would be a great addition to the Biden team. She is when she was in the House of Representatives on the federal level, she was voted most bipartisan, and she was also willing to work on both sides of the aisles, plus work with everybody as she can. So we really feel that this would be a big help for Indian country to get this, get her appointment through. So please, if you have a chance, contact your senators and make sure that you ask that they support the nomination of Deb Haaland for Secretary of the Interior. We also have EMT classes coming up. We do have a need for EMTs, and healthcare providers are seeing that there is a lot of emergencies, especially during this cold snap, but we really need EMTs and first responders, so please, we do have a new emergency preparedness person. His name is Damon. He can be contacted at 218-757-3261 if you're interested in applying or want to become an EMT or first responder for Bois Forte, or even for your areas that you're in. There is some classes coming up, and some may be virtual, I'm not sure, but I would give them a call if you're interested. We're also looking for younger people to get into this field, because if you're looking for any kind of career changes or things to think about, healthcare will always be there. And so if you really have a passion for it, I would strongly suggest you get involved and get into the healthcare field. And this might be a possibility with being an EMT and going on to being a paramedic or what have you. So please, young people, try to give back to your communities and help us out. The other thing I want to say is we've been getting a lot of cards and letters from band members, and here's a couple right here we just received. I want to say thank you to all our band members for giving us that thank you card, or just a little note saying that, you know, we've really helped you during this hard time, and we will continue to do so. You know, we've tried to be creative with our programs with regards to keeping our elders safe and our people safe, getting them the sage and Sama and cedar and the shell and the wild rice, and so we've been trying to be very creative because we really care about you out there. We want you to be safe. So thank you for those cards, because most of the times you only hear negative things, and when we get those cards, it does enlighten us and give us a positive uplift from the tribal council to know that we are helping you out and doing our best to help you during this difficult time. And speaking of difficult times, it's cold. It's extremely cold, and hopefully this will end soon, but I really want people to take this time to check on our neighbors, our elders, and give them a call, make sure everything is good. We've seen some pipes freezing up here in northern Minnesota. We've seen issues with cars not starting, people needing to get to the doctor, to the stores. Now is a time when we all need to come together and help each other out, you know, not just because of the pandemic, but also because of the cold weather. We need to make sure that everybody's safe, and this weather snap will hopefully end soon. It's been very cold here at Nett Lake and in the surrounding areas with 50 wind chills. So we really want to make sure that everybody checks on everybody. The other thing I just want to say is please be safe, wear your mask, social distance, and also make sure that you stay out of large gatherings. You know, the Super Bowl was a large gathering. We'll see what happens there, but I know a lot of us stayed home and watched it with family or friends in a safe manner. And so wear your masks, social distance, stay out of large crowds, and protect yourselves. Also stay warm, dress for the weather, and anticipate any other types of things that may happen. Make sure you have a safety kit in your car with blankets and whatever you may need, jumper cables, but also check on our elders and our residents and our family members and friends. So with that, I'd like to say, Miigwech, have a good day, and everybody stay warm and stay safe. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.